As you are aware, Venezuela possesses one of the largest oil reserves in the world. The Indian economy is a large and growing consumer of oil and will have a stable demand growth for many years to come. Thus, in the energy sector, we see a perfect complementarity. In fact, in our spot purchases, Venezuela has already emerged as the third largest supplier this month. So quite naturally, today's discussions focused on forging an energy partnership. Venezuelan energy sector is undergoing a fundamental transformation. They see India as a stable demander for many years to come, and therefore there exists a perfect complementarity for India and Venezuela to work in the energy sector, both upstream as well as downstream. Venezuela is a resource-rich country. It's not just critical minerals, it's also gold, diamonds, and other material. So mining is very much there. In fact, there was a discussion on how to assess the potential reserves that they have, whether we could cooperate in that area. And that is very much part of the follow-up activities we will be undertaking following the visit. On BRICS, the discussion on the energy sector were extensive. The talk of partnership was not just buyer-seller, it was participation of Indian companies upstream and downstream in all its aspects. Of course, the details of this cannot be worked out at Prime Minister level. This will have to be taken up by the companies themselves. But the message that came across very clearly from the Venezuelan side is that that they are open for business, their industry, they're reforming their industry. So there are great opportunities for India. And our response to that was that we are willing, our companies are willing, and we will take steps to facilitate that as a government. But ultimately, it is a commercial decision that Indian companies in the energy sector will have to take. And the fact is that today, as of now, in spot buying, Venezuela has emerged as the third or the fourth largest source of supply. The government of India, as you know, because of the developments in the Middle East, is aggressively seeking out new sources of crude oil and energy to ensure India's energy security. So Venezuela is an opportunity, and it is very much part of our plan.
So are we going to shift from the crude that we are buying from Russia and encourage more and more crude coming in from Venezuela? And this is primarily going to the Jamnagar refinery in Reliance, if I understand.
That's a naughty question. No, so government of India will buy oil from wherever. The problems in the Middle East have, I think, led all governments, including India, to aggressively seek to diversify their sources. So we will do that. We are a large customer of crude oil. We are growing, so we are going to be a stable consumer of oil. So producers also around the world look at us as a useful relationship to have because it will inure them from spikes in the energy market as sellers. So we will go where there is oil at a good price. But the clear message from Her Excellency President Rodriguez was that Venezuela looks at India as a preferred partner, given the size of our economy, the fact that we are growing, the fact that we are going to be a stable buyer in the energy markets for many years to come. And the response of the Prime Minister was that we look forward to building this energy relationship and that this energy relationship will cover both upstream as well as downstream activities. But there were no specific, agreements, which is quite natural for it. Coming to the political transition, of course, this was a very frank conversation that the two leaders had, both during when all of us were there, as well as on the table when they were having their working lunch. But I don't think that I should, get into those sort of things. We all know that there was a transition in Venezuela. but we are working with a government that is friendly, that wants a partnership with India. We want to reciprocate that. And don't forget that Venezuela has been traditionally a very close friend with us, both bilaterally. We have done a lot of partnerships, and as well as at the international level, we have collaborated very closely. So that is, I mean, we are just going back to normal. Insofar as the question of discounted oil hai, देखिए, as a big country, जो हमारा उद्देश्य है वो है to diversify sources of energy from as many sources as possible. We are going to be a very stable buyer for many, many years to come. Sellers of oil recognize that, because when they enter into contracts with India, they know that irrespective of what is happening in the international market, there will be a stable buyer. So it is in their interest to enter into long-term contracts rather than to do spot buying. So we hope that at some stage we move forward to long-term secure supplies from all our suppliers.